Too many pumpkins. In this video, we are going to draw the two main characters from the story, Too Many Pumpkins. And as you can see on your paper, there's two lines here, one for each of the characters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this paper in half because we're going to do one character on this side and the other one on this side. And it'll just be easier to have the paper folded in half to keep the character where they need to be, okay? Okay, so I folded my paper in half, and this first half is going to have our first main character. And in the story, who was the main character? The lady who did not like pumpkins? Yes, you're right, it was Rebecca Estelle. So the first thing I'm going to do on my paper is I'm going to write Rebecca Estelle on this line. We don't want to write our letters gigantic because you don't have a lot of room to write her whole name, okay? So let's write Rebecca Estelle. As you can see, I did not write gigantic, so I was able to fit her name on the line. And because it is a name, the first letter of Rebecca is capitalized and then the rest are lowercase. And Estelle, the second part of her name, the E is capitalized and the rest are lowercase. Now on to the character. She is illustrated using colored pencils. So we are not going to use crayons. We have a lot of small details that we have to do on this illustration, so colored pencils is what we will use. So go ahead and get your pencils. Okay, here are the colors that we need to draw Miss Rebecca Estelle. She has a pink scarf around her head. And if you don't have pink, you can use red. You'll just color really, really lightly. Orange for her sweater. Black for the details. Gray for her hair. Brown for the shovel handle. And gray also for the bottom of the shovel. Purple for her skirt. And green for the grass. And then the brown will also be for the dirt. So these are the colors that we need. Oh, and I just forgot, we also need skin color for her face, which is what I'm going to work on first. So here's my picture. And this is the only area that I have. So we don't want to give her a gigantic head or we will have no room for her body. Okay, so just below the line where you wrote her name, we will start the circle for her face. And I'm going to do a kind of dark outline so I can see where her face is going to be. I'm not going to color it in yet because just like our self-portraits, we have to do all of the facial features first. And because we're using pencils and it's not as dark as a crayon, we're going to just use black to do her eyes, eyebrows, nose, and mouth. And she has her eyes closed, so it's just going to be like a half circle. And then a sideways V for her nose, and then a smile, and then two half circles for her eyebrow. She also has rosy cheeks, so I'm going to add a little bit of pink. After we have done her facial features, then I will take this skin color pencil and go around all the features and fill it in. All right, her skin color is all colored in. Now I'm going to add, with the gray pencil, some wispy hair on the top of her head. But we don't have to do a lot of it because she is wearing a scarf on her head, so you won't really see the rest of it. And after that, then I'm going to get the pink pencil and we are going to go around her whole face, okay? So it's touching her hair, it's touching the side of her face because she's all bundled up. There we go. There is her scarf. The next thing we are going to do is her sweater. So in this picture, she has her arm up in front of her, but I think that's kind of hard. And if we were in the classroom, I would probably just have you guys draw it off to the side. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate today. So first we'll start with the shape of the sweater. You're going to draw a square. And then her cardigan is open in the front. Okay? And now we have to do one arm over here. And this is where I'm just going to have you draw it down like this. And then her other arm is holding a shovel. So how we are going to do that is we're going to start at the top where her shoulder is, and I'm going to make a V. And then I will come right below it and make another V and then connect it. So she has one arm out to hold the shovel and another one just down. And then we color it in. Okay, her sweater is all colored in. And now I'm going to take the black pencil and just add some buttons on the front. Okay? A couple buttonholes over here. Next, we are going to do her skirt. So I'm going to use purple. And her skirt is kind of longer. So we get to just do a really long rectangle. And connect it back up to the orange sweater. Okay? But before we color it in, she is wearing an apron. So to do that, you're going to come under the sweater and we're just going to do a square like that. And then we'll do kind of just lightly, not even all the way filled in. Okay? And then I'll get my purple and I will color in her skirt around the apron. Okay? There is her skirt, all filled in. And then the last thing I'm gonna do for her right now is her boots. She's wearing black rubber boots. I'm just gonna make like a rectangle. And then the bottom of the boot. And then color it in. Trying to stay inside my line the best I can. And then the same thing on this side. Okay? Boot and a boot. Now, what is she missing? How is she gonna hold on to her rake? Exactly. She's missing her hands. So 5 fingers on this side. Notice I'm not gonna do stick fingers because she doesn't have stick fingers. We don't have stick fingers. Okay, we're gonna make fingers and then we're gonna color them in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This pencil is really light, so you have to push kind of hard. Okay? And if for some reason you didn't get this colored pencil, or you don't have this color of a colored pencil, you could also just use brown and just color it really, really lightly. Okay? It actually kind of shows up better. I might fill in her fingers with a little bit of brown. Great. Rebecca Estelle is done for her. Now we have to add all the details like the shovel and the soil and the grass. Okay, now we're gonna work on the shovel. And I'm gonna start on this top half right here. So from her hand, I did 2 lines going up. And then I'm gonna make a U, like the letter U shape. And then I'll take black and color a line on the top to connect the U like that. And it is a brown shovel, so I'm gonna fill it in like that. All right, and now we're going to do the rest of it. So from her hand, I'm just gonna go down, down, like so. And then I'm gonna fill it in. And then at the bottom, I'm gonna use the black and I'm gonna do kind of like an upside down triangle for the spade part. Okay, so I made my upside down triangle and then with outline in black, and then I'm gonna take gray and color it in. And there's the shovel. Okay, and then the last thing we have to do is color in the dirt on the bottom and the green on top. So I did the soil, and I made sure that I went kind of around her and underneath her feet, because if we didn't, then she'd look like she was floating, and she's not floating. She doesn't fly. Sorry. My paper is moving. It's hard to film and color at the same time. All right. Add some of the green. That's in the soil. And the first main character is done. Hello, Rebecca Estelle. All right, kids, have fun. Go slow. Take your time. And do your best effort.